Sagafi, Liberty Home Mortgage. What is this topic? What documents are needed to get pre-approved to buy a home? So if you're looking to get pre-approved to buy a home, you're thinking about buying a home and you're like, what do I have to put together? This is the paperwork that you want to put together to have ready so that when you talk to a loan officer, and if I knew a good one, especially one licensed in 45 states. Let's start with this one. 2 most recent pay stubs dated within the last 30 days. I don't need all of your pay stubs, just your 2 most recent dated within the last 30 days. Make sure I could see all 4 corners of your pay stub. They're legible. I could see everything. I want to see, are you getting child support debited out of your pay stub? Do you have a 401k loan against your 401k? Do you have a loan? Did you take out a loan from your employer and they gave you loan money? Now you're repaying them back a loan. I want to see everything clearly. This is why it's so important to make sure they're clear and legible and they're recent also, okay? Let's do this one. Last 2 years of W-2s. I want your last 2 years of W-2s. Here's another one. I want your last 2 years of tax returns. Now, a lot of loan officers watching right now will be like, Hesh, you don't need tax returns. If you want to be accurate and thorough and make sure you cover all of your bases, cough up the damn returns, okay? Now, if you're a loan officer watching and you don't know how to read tax returns, you're in luck. There's this thing that God invented years ago called Google, okay? It's been around for centuries. Google, how do you read a tax return? Better yet, go to YouTube, pull up a YouTube video on it. There's 5-minute tutorials on how to read a tax return. That tax return is going to show you a lot. Maybe they have a side business. Maybe they owe back income taxes. Maybe they went from self-employed input. There's so many different things it shows. Nonetheless, last 2 years of W-2s, last 2 years of tax returns. Here's one for you. I always tell people this. If you've worked more than 2 jobs in the last 24 months, pay attention to what I'm telling you. More than 2 jobs in the last 24 months. I want your resume. I want a list. I want you to list, and this is why I say resume. I want you to list all of your jobs for the last 3 years, because I've got news for you. I need a 24-month work history. If you've worked at 3 jobs in the last 24 months, realistically, that's not 24 months of work. You probably left one job on Monday and started the next on the following Tuesday. So now there's a gap in there, okay? I need a 24-month work history. So as soon as I start talking to people who have worked multiple jobs, multiple places, and they're kind of all over the place, I'll say to them, I want you to go back 5 years and list every single job you've had for 5 years. I've had people say, Hesh, but the other mortgage guy never asked for that. Well, okay, it's great. That's wonderful. Good for that other mortgage guy. Okay, listen, people, I've done this for 24 years. There is damn near no scenario you can give me that I have not dealt with. I've dealt with I'll tell you what, I've dealt with damn near everything, okay? So I'm just more thorough. I know the questions to ask. I am gonna ask you this question. Here's another set of documents you want. I'll give you an easy one. Last 2 months of bank statements. Put together your last 2 months of bank statements. And I want the cycled statement. I want the statement that they used to put in the mail to old guys like me. Believe it or not, there was a day when your bank statements would come in the mail. Crazy, right? Centuries ago. So I want the last 2 months of cycled bank statements. What is a cycled bank statement? It's got the bank logo. It's got the address, the toll-free number, the number for the hearing impaired, the bank account number. Some of you might be using Chime or an online account where you say, Hesh, they don't mail anything. It doesn't print nothing out. Fair enough. Get your hands on the last 2 statements, figure it out, get it done. So last 2 months of bank statements. Here's another one. If there are any deposits other than your payroll deposits from work, write down the dates, write down the dollar figure, write down where it came from, okay? I'm getting you ready to apply for a mortgage right now, and I'm telling you what documents you have to put together. So go through that, look at the deposits, tell that to the loan officer when you hand them the bank statements. Here's another one. If you pay child support or you're divorced, you pay alimony. I want your divorce decree. I want your child support enforcement order. I want your child support payment history for the last 12 months. If you receive child support, I want your proof that you've received child support for the last 12 months. Go on to the Child Support Enforcement Agency's website, print that out. I want the divorce decree, the separation agreement. By the way, every single page of it. I want every single page of this stuff. Don't hand me page 2 of 50. I want all 50. And when you're sitting here saying, Hesh, but it doesn't the other 49 pages are blank. I don't know they're blank unless you hand them to me. I need all pages of the document. If you have back income taxes, maybe you're paying on back income taxes from prior tax years. I want the income tax repayment plan. I want the actual plan in writing. Don't send me a cell phone screenshot of this stuff. Cell phone pictures suck. Do we allow them? Do we get them? Yes, okay? Overall, they suck. Get the document. If you put this stuff together so that the loan officer, see all the loan officers, I'm the people's champion over here. If you hand the loan officer all of the documents up front quickly in an organized fashion and they're legible, the loan officer is going to arrive at an accurate decision sooner than later, okay? So at the end of the day, what you have to do is put these documents together. These are the basic documents we need. Now there's more. If you collect Social Security, I want your Social Security awards letter, pensions, pension awards letter. You collect an annuity, I need a copy of the annuity. You got a 401k, your most recent cycle 401k statement. So there's a lot of stuff, there's a lot of other stuff in there. Those are the basics that I gave you. Start with those, put them together, save them on your desktop, on your computer, drop them into a zip file, print them out, put them into one folder. When you hand that stuff to a loan officer, keep it in the folder. I got news for you. We deal with a lot of paperwork. We deal with a lot of digital paperwork online. Sometimes we delete it, we destroy it, we eat it, the dog eats it, the cat eats it, goes in the paper shredder, whatever. We ask for it again. And then you're saying, Hush, I already gave that to you. Good, give it to me again, okay? So these are the documents you want to put together in order to get pre-approved. Write them down, take notes. As always, subscribe to my YouTube page because I have a lot of other videos on stuff like this that you need to be watching. Share it on your page, especially if you're a real estate agent. Comment if you have questions, put it on there. And if you need a loan, here I am. I'm licensed in 45 states. Call me. I will do your loan and I will crush the daylights out of every loan officer out there, even the ones watching right now, because yes, I'm just better. It's the way it is. When you're good, just like my man, Randy Rhodes. See you at the next video.